Hey, good morning. Happy Tuesday, you guys. I just wanted to do this quick message. I was listening to an audiobook by Mel Robbins this morning, The 5 Second Rule. If you haven't listened or read it, you've got to go get it. But one thing that she was teaching about was using the 5 second rule in regards to your health. And a lot of the feedback that I got on your questionnaires this week, on your weekly check-ins, was really just that, you felt deprived, or you felt like you were missing out on things, or you were lacking motivation, especially in regards to eating, right? To following your eating plan, missing dessert, or, wanting this. And one thing that she really shared that I want you to go into this week thinking about is that when we do something contrary to our goals or the things that we want to do, right? Like we are doing so because of our feelings. We're following our feelings. So I talked a little bit about this even, last week as I kind of sent our weekly newsletter out. But we need to remember that a lot of those times when we don't feel like it, or we make those wrong choices, or we make those choices, we choose something that's not on our meal plan for that day, or we start to feel that deprivation, or we just don't, we start to tell ourselves this is hard, this takes too much time. That happens because of how we're feeling right then at that moment. And the purpose of the 5 second rule is to reset your brain, to send that message to your cerebral cortex to move past the feeling, right? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, just do the action to actually get to the action step. And I thought, how true is that, right? Like when I feel like I'm missing dessert, or I feel like, I don't want to eat that, I want to eat this. I can easily just tell myself, Tina, that's how you're feeling right now. Move past it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Right. And even just that quick, a lot of times, it'll dissipate a craving. It'll help me to just reset, to say, oh yeah, that's not what I really want, to be able to move forward. So take note of that, right? Try that today as you move forward. If you start to feel deprived, or lack of motivation, or you don't want to get to your workout, or you're having trouble getting up in the morning, or you don't want to do the things on your to-do list, or you don't want to follow your meal plan, I want you to just acknowledge that that's a feeling that you're having right now, right? And then I want you to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to do what I plan to do, right? And that's why having the plan is so crucial, you guys, right? It's why writing things down, why having that information helps us so much, because without that, we're kind of left to just do whatever we feel like, right? But when I wrote out my meal plan this week, and I can see, that I was excited about the things that I wrote down and what I was going to have, and you should be, right? This isn't about depriving yourself. This isn't about not having, the things that feel good to you or that you want and desire, but it's about being that 1% better, right? So I made that plan. So if I'm not feeling like following that plan today, I need to stop and say, okay, why? And a lot of times it's just because it's so much easier to do what we've been doing, right? It's so much easier to follow what we have been following, or to fall back into those habits that we're trying to break out of. Why? Because it's the path of least resistance, right? It's the path that requires the less effort. Change requires effort. And but you want the change, right? You want the feelings, you want to have the looks, the belief, everything that comes with those feelings. So you really do want to do the things. You just have to get past this one moment where right now your feelings are telling you to just chuck it, to put it aside, to not move forward, right? So recognize that and choose to move forward, right? I'm not going to tell you you shouldn't do what you feel like. You shouldn't. You should do what you want to do, which is going to help you to grow and help you to move forward, right? Ignore the feelings. Don't ignore them. Acknowledge them, but 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, move past them. And here's one more thing too, right? Especially in regards to really this can apply to any goal, but as we're talking about specifically nutrition or maybe your workouts, you control your pace, right? And do this in a way that feels good to you. To me, it's much nicer and much more fulfilling to go at a little bit slower pace, but to not feel deprived or missing things, because I know when I completely feel like this is something that I hate, right? Like if I take away, I'll give you an example. I used to eat ice cream before bed every single night, right? I'd have a big ice cream sundae, and like to just take that away was something that felt very depriving to me. So instead of that, I just focused on how can I be a little bit better, right? And for a while that was just, okay, I won't melt the peanut butter and put on top of it, or I might leave the chocolate sauce off tonight, or maybe I'll have a smaller bowl, right? Rather than have 2 or 3 scoops, I just had a small enough bowl to have 1 scoop in there, right? So making those better. And eventually it graduated to where I wasn't eating the ice cream, because the ice cream was a trigger for me. But I would still have a treat. I would still treat myself to some chocolate, and I would have like 2 Hershey Kisses, right? So I give myself those Hershey Kisses every single night. And, now I find things that, I don't want you to find like healthy desserts or things that you don't feel good about, but what does it look like to be 1% better to you, right? Maybe if that dessert later at night is a problem for you, or something that you are excited or look forward to, and you kind of build into a habit like I had, what's 1% better? Do you need to have it every night? Do you need to have as much? Can you cut back on how much you have? All of those things, right? Maybe it's that you don't love veggies. Okay, great. You don't have to love veggies, but you can still incorporate veggies in a way that will help you, because you know the benefits of those. So maybe it's hiding them in a shake, or cutting up some spinach super fine and putting it in your meat sauces, right? Like, what is it that you can do, and how can you do it that feels good to you? So stop depriving yourself, and stop worrying about depriving yourself, and just start focusing on how you can get 1% better towards working towards your goals, right? And feel good about that. So, and just know that will determine your pace, and be comfortable with the pace that works for you. Because if your pace is still 1% better, you're still having more results than not doing that at all, or going off the rails, feeling shame, feeling deprived, and then spending the next 2 or 3 weeks not making any progress, while you try to find the courage and you try to find the motivation to help yourself get back on track, right? That doesn't help. That you've wasted 3 weeks, where even if your progress was small, you could have still been making progress, right? So stop with the all or nothing. Stop with the perfection. Stop with the, doing it how somebody else is doing it. And I need you to be true to yourself, to figure out what that % better looks like for you, and do that for you, right? Make this work for you. Make getting healthier work for you. And experiment and try things. Maybe there are desserts that you can have that have less sugar or better ingredients that, serve you the same way that some of those other desserts. And you know what? Maybe they don't. So maybe it's just a matter of having it less often, or sharing it with your spouse, or just having a bite to taste, right? And learning to be very present with those foods and mindful, so that you can really, really enjoy it, right? So many times when I was night eating, it was try to eat it as fast as I can, because I felt ashamed. I didn't want anyone to see I was having it, right? And then I never really enjoyed it, to when I just went to smaller portions, or added maybe only one topping instead of 3. Like, all of those things just allowed me to feel like I was making improvement, even though it wasn't perfect, or wasn't what I felt like I wanted to. I eventually wanted to get past it completely or get better. Like, it was still better. And so I felt better about it, and I was more mindful and present with that, and really enjoyed that food instead of just consuming it, and feeling shame and guilt, and never really enjoying that in the first place. So I hope that this helps. And just remember, like, we are going to feel everything, right? And making changes requires that uncomfortable. We'll feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel a lot more comfortable and easy just to not do it. but just know that that's your feelings, right? And you have an opportunity to change your feelings in 5 seconds, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, to be able to reset and say, okay, I'm moving forward, like, to feel good because I'm gonna hit my goals. I wanna work for my goals, not just what is easy right here at the moment. So I can't wait to see you guys celebrate some moments. Like, message me, put it in our bod group, you know, like when you have moments of victory, these small 5, 4, 3, 2, 1s. I want to see it because it makes a huge difference. And set yourself up for success and be at the pace that is going to help you to have the longest term success, right? Not just lose a lot of weight or, you know, have results quickly. Be in this for the long run. Find that balance that feels good to your soul, that helps you to get to where you want to be. I promise you that it'll accelerate your pace, not slow it down, as you keep going and building on that. All right. Have a great day, you guys.